Okay, here we go. We're going to use this song to help us figure out how in the world to add and subtract positives and negatives. And so I'm not going to sing to you, but think about the tune Row, Row, Row Your Boat from when you were a little kid, right? Same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract. Use the sign of the greater number, then you'll be exact. I just think that's hilarious and silly, and your brain remembers things like that so much easier than just boring, like here's the rule. This is what you do every single time. But it at the same time teaches you the rule, right? So if we have the same signs happening, then we add the numbers and we keep the sign. So if we have different signs, we subtract them. So for these, let's take a look at, whether or not we have the same sign or we have different signs. So let me this down just a little bit. I want to leave that on there at least at the bottom. Okay, so let me get the annotation. Okay, so first things first, we have a negative and a negative, same signs. So we're going to add and keep the sign. Here we have two negatives. That's the same. So we add. And then here we've got -8 plus -2. Well, the 8 is negative, the 2 is negative. Those are the same signs. So I want you to see that even when there's not a plus and minus situation going on, that's still a negative and a negative. This is a negative and a negative. -2 minus 3 is the same as saying a -2 plus a -3. For as far as adding and subtracting goes, I think that gets really confusing, but just know they're the same signs. That 1 is a negative, this 11 is a negative, this -10 down here is a negative, and the 7 is a negative. So all four of these actually are all the same signs, and so we're going to add every one of these. So don't think about the negatives, just add the numbers. 2 plus 3 is 5, and we're going to keep it negative. They started out negative, the answer is negative. 1 plus 11, that's 12. 11 plus 1 is 12, right? And then these were both negative, so we keep it negative. 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Those both were negative, so we keep negative. 10 plus 7 is 17. We keep it negative, right? And it makes sense, like when you were a little kid and didn't even know what negative numbers were, you knew, you learned that 2 plus 3 is 5, right? And so it makes sense that -2 plus -3 is not also going to be 5. That wouldn't be logical, but it is -5, right? And so the same with 1 plus 11, that's positive 12. Well, that means -1 minus 11 is -12. All right, so that's the